Good. Are you ready to go? You may begin your 1 minute of preparation.
Meeting room will come to order. We are now holding a meeting of the Brown County FFA chapter. Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Mr. President. The Sentinel.
Station number door.
Your duties, sir.
Through the door, pass many friends of the FFA, and my duty is to the door is open to our friends at all times, and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the president in maintaining order.
The reporter.
The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands, from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The treasurer.
Stationed at the Emblem of Washington.
Your duties, sir.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as George Washington kept his financials, carefully and accurately. I am very committed to the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
Stationed by the Iroquois.
Your duties, sir.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever Corners Ground and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Hereby the owl.
Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being older than the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises. I hope that my advice is based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom. Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is a symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Mr. President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Secretary will now call the roll of members.
There are 7 members and 7 guests present, Mr. President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here?
To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess.
May we accomplish our purposes. I now declare this meeting of the Brown County FFA chapter duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Floor is open for new business.
Mr. Chairman,
Aubrey.
I move that the Brown County FFA chapter host a petting zoo for the local grade school on May 12th at the fairgrounds.
Is there a second?
second.
Second by Kayla. Now for discussion on the main motion of hosting a petting zoo for the grade school students on Friday, May 12, 2023 at the county fairgrounds.
Mr. Chairman,
Aubrey.
Fellow members, I'd like to encourage you to join me in passing this motion because I believe this could be a fun way to get kids involved with the FFA early on and also show them that it is fun to be in the FFA. Again, please join me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Kayla.
Fellow members, I'd like you to join me in passing this motion because, as the reporter said, it would be fun for all the students. And also, I would think that with us doing these with the younger kids, I think it would inspire them to be a part of our FFA organization, and it would allow us to get closer with the students. So please follow me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Fellow members, please join me in not passing this motion because I feel as though it is the end of the school year and we have better ways to spend our time, and this would take resources and money and time. So once again, please join me in not passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
please join me in not passing this motion because with this date coming up soon, everyone may not have the time to be able to help put this on. So please join me in failing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Fellow members, please join me in not passing this motion. As Maylee has stated, this date being so close to the current date, I also believe that we will not have enough time to put this on or plan. Please follow me in not passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Members, I encourage you to join me in not passing this motion because I feel as if the petting zoo would not do any beneficial reasonings for the students. So members, please join me in not passing this motion.
Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
I move that we postpone this matter indefinitely.
Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Micah. Now for discussion on postponing this matter indefinitely.
Mr. Chairman,
Please join me in passing this because I think that this should just not be discussed and we should throw it away. So please join me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Kayla.
fellow members, please join me in not passing this motion because I think this is still an important matter and we shouldn't just throw this away like it's nothing. And also, I still think this would be a good opportunity for the students and just to have nothing for them would be terrible. So please join me in failing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Micah.
fellow members, please join me in passing this motion because I feel as though we have better ways to spend our time. And the more time we spend on this, the less time we have for other activities and discussion. So once again, please join me in not passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Fellow members, I'd like to encourage you to join me in failing this motion because I believe that we should not just throw this out and continue our discussion on it. And also, I feel as though we have plenty of time to discuss this topic. Again, please join me in failing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Members, I encourage you to join me in failing this motion because I feel as if everyone has fair discussion arguments and that this would be a great time to discuss this. So members, please join me in not passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Levi.
Fellow members, please join me in not passing this motion. I believe there is some potential in this by teaching the future generations more about FFA and the animals that are involved with it. Please join me in failing this motion.
Is there any further discussion? Discussion? Seeing none, we'll move on to voting. All in favor of postponing this matter indefinitely, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
I vote 4-2. Postponement fails. Now back to discussion on the main motion of hosting a petting zoo for the local grade school students on Friday, May 12th at the county fairgrounds.
Mr. Chairman,
Mike,
I move that we refer this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair.
is there a second?
second.
Second by Caleb. Now for discussion on referring this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair.
Mr. Chairman,
Mike,
fellow members, please join me in passing this motion because I feel as though there is a lot of fighting going on and it would be a lot easier if we narrowed this down to only 3 people voting and discussing on it. So once again, please join me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Fellow members, I'd like to encourage you to join me in failing this motion because I believe that 6 is the perfect amount of people to discuss this matter and that 3 would just narrow it down too much and there would not be enough discussion happening. Again, please join me in failing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Levi.
Fellow members, please join me in failing this motion. I believe everybody's voice should be heard, and by taking it down to 3 people, we are not including all the full voices that we could. Please follow me in failing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Members, I encourage you to join me in not passing this motion because as the reporter has stated, we will be able to have fair arguments and that moving this to a smaller committee will just limit the conversation. So members, please join me in not passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Caleb.
fellow members, please join me in passing this motion because I think that we would limit, that our time is very limited right now and to shrink this down to a smaller committee would be better for us. So please follow me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
please join me in failing this motion because since the main motion involves the entire FFA, I think everyone's voices should be heard in the discussion upon this matter. So please join me in failing this motion.
Is there any further discussion? Discussion? Seeing none, we'll move on to voting. All in favor of referring this matter to a committee of 3 appointed by the chair, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Nay.
I vote 4-2.
Division.
Motion fails. Division has been called. All in favor of Referring this matter to a committee of three appointed by the chair, signify by standing up. Sit down. All opposed, stand up. I vote 4-2. Referral fails. We will now return to discussion on the main motion of hosting a petting zoo for the local grade school students on Friday, May 12, 2023 at the county fairgrounds.
Mr. Chairman,
Olivia.
I move that we have a 10-minute recess. That way we can do some research on this matter.
Is there a second?
I second.
Second by Micah. Just a reminder, recesses are not debatable, however they are amendable. That being said, are there any amendments?
Mr. Chairman,
Aubrey,
I move that we turn this into a 5-minute recess.
is there a second?
Second.
Second by Levi. Are there any further amendments? Seeing none, we'll move on to voting. All in favor of having a 5-minute recess, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
I vote 4-2. Recess fails. All in favor of having a 10-minute recess, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
I vote 4-2. Recess fails. Well, now back to discussion on the main motion of Brown County FFA hosting a petting zoo for the local grade school students on Friday, May 12th at the county fairgrounds.
Mr. Chairman,
Kelly,
I move that we postpone this matter definitely until May 9th, 2020.
is there a second?
I second.
Second by Micah. Now open for discussion on postponing this matter definitely until May 9th.
Mr. Chairman,
Kelly,
fellow members, please join me in passing this motion because by postponing this matter, we could get information and further lead this discussion into our final point. And also we could contact people who would have these animals for this petting zoo. So please follow me in passing this motion.
Mr. Chairman, fellow members, please join me in passing this motion because I feel as though we should push this off until a later meeting and talk about different things other than just this. So once again, please join me in passing this motion.
all right, further discussion. Discussion. Seeing none, we'll move on to voting. All in favor of postponing this matter definitely until May 9th, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
I vote 4-2. Postponement fails. Now back to discussion on the main motion of Brown County FFA hosting a petting zoo for the local grade school students on Friday, May 12th at the county fairgrounds. Discussion. Seeing none, we'll move on to voting. All in favor of Brown County FFA hosting a petting zoo for the local grade school students on Friday, May 12th at the county fairgrounds, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay.
Nay.
By a vote 4-2, motion fails. Is there any further business at this time?
Mr. Chairman,
Levi,
I move to adjourn this meeting.
is there a second?
Second.
Second by Caleb. All in favor of adjourning this meeting, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
By unanimous vote of 6-0, adjournment passes. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this meeting of Brown County FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to others, and above all, honest and fair to the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in salute to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now declare this meeting adjourned. Please rise for oral questions.
All right, we will begin with you, Mr. President. One of the privileges of the president is the proper use of the gavel. A single tap of the gavel can represent several actions. Please name one of these actions.
For the members to sit down.
Okay. What is the purpose of a main motion?
For the chapter to conduct business of some sort.
All right. Thank you. Madam Vice President, what is the major difference between postpone definitely and postpone indefinitely?
Postpone indefinitely is just canceling the whole thing and not talking about it again, while definitely is just pushing it back to a further meeting so you can kind of get some more research so you can talk about it more at your next meeting.
Okay. Is the motion to postpone indefinitely debatable or amendable?
It is debatable, but not amendable.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Sentinel. Most organizations other than the FFA do not have a sentinel. What are your responsibilities as a sentinel?
I care for the meeting room, and I assist the president in maintaining order.
Okay. Who has the right to debate the motion first?
The person that presented the motion.
All right. Thank you. Madam Treasurer, during a session, a member calls for a division of assembly. What should the chair do if it was clear that the assembly voted in an obvious majority?
He should still do the division.
Okay. If a chair does allow for a division of assembly vote, how must that vote be taken?
It depends whether it's already been called or not. If it hasn't been called, then standing, but if not, then it should be in another way, like raising the hand.
Okay. Thank you. Madam Secretary, your required motion was to recess. Give 2 reasons for needing a recess.
You may need a recess to just cool down and give everyone a break from discussing the matter, or possibly do some research on the matter. That way you know what more you're discussing.
Okay. How can a motion to recess be amended?
By maybe the time or where the recess would be.
Okay. Thank you. Madam Reporter, every officer is important to the success of the FFA chapter. What do you feel are the major responsibilities as the reporter for your FFA chapter?
As a reporter, I feel that it's very important that I make sure that everyone in the environment knows what's going on with our chapter and also is able to hear about everything that should be heard about.
Okay. Given the 3 ranked motions that were required today, which included postpone indefinitely, recess, and refer to a committee, put these 3 motions in order of precedence from highest to lowest.
Postpone definitely, commit or refer, and division.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Advisor, give 2 ways that members can become part of a committee.
The chairholder can appoint them to it, or the committee can decide itself.
Okay? Name 2 things that should be included in a motion to refer to a committee.
You should state the amount of members in the committee, and you should also say who is deciding the members of the committee.
Okay. Thank you very much. If you would leave your cards at your stations, you are free to go.